being granted access to the basement. This location did have a great fire. How are you feeling right now, Trev? Don't be afraid. And welcome everybody. It's actually Spiritual Medium Chris here today. Last week though, I do say thanks very much for people that took part actually of the dual podcast that we had. We actually had the Queen of Booga Booga, which is really wonderful. I do say thanks very much, Queen, for being actually on last week's podcast. Now, for those who were watching actually the podcast at the beginning or watched actually the recap, just to let you know, I do actually have one set of earrings here, though that was actually talked about last week, which was actually the blue kyanite earrings. Now, those are actually up for grabs, but if you would like to get some, please check out actually out HauntingLIVEpodcast.com. Trevor is actually on monitoring tonight, and if you guys would like to actually type in your questions, Trevor will let me know exactly what the questions are. I am actually doing tonight the indigenous readings. I will not be really touching the angels. I will be doing the divine angel readings altogether. Hopefully you guys can hear me a lot better this week. Again, though, if you have any questions, feel free to type them in. And while that's going actually on, what I'm going to do though is I'm going to actually just pull out my little page so that way, just in case if Trevor can't see some of the questions, I can actually get to them. So just bear with me for a couple minutes and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so here we are. Again, though, the cards I have tonight, though, are the Native Spirit cards, the Native American Oracle cards, with also the Angels and Ancestor cards. Again, those, if you have any questions for your angels, please type them in. And also, just a quick reminder, though, that actually I do have my own page, actually on HauntingLIVEpodcast.com. And that would be /Divine Angels. A lot of great more information there for you. Now, what I'm going to do, though, so I'm going to start with the Native American cards. I'm just going to do a quick reading while we get everybody else joining in to the live feed. So instead of the 3 card spread, I am actually going to be doing the North, East, South, and West with these cards all together. Normally I fan them out, but right now I'm actually just gonna change them around a little bit. So within the North though is always more positive energy coming to you. The first one though, it's a snake. Now with the snake though, it is actually one of the animal guides that's actually out there. Now with the snake though, actually, most people think about negativity. But what I'm actually getting from the card though, I'm actually getting a lot more actually shedding the skin, shed the old, and be able to go forward. Now what we're going to do though is we're going to go to the East. And with the East though, you can see one gentleman there actually blowing one of the trumpets. It's one of the musical instruments. And what that's saying, though, is actually divine, actually with inside your music. Play some music, dance around. Your ancestors will love that. Now, the next one, though, after that, though, which is actually the South. And this one here is actually the arrow. The arrow is pointing downwards, which is actually pretty good. That's actually saying, and if there's any negative energy, don't worry, it's going to be actually hitting the ground. It's not going to be coming towards you at all. Always be able to hold your grounds and actually hold your head up high and be able to get those arrows a little bit higher. The next one, though, that's actually going to be coming to you is actually the West. And this one here is one of the battle axes. And the battle axe, again, though, is actually sort of to do with actually holding your grounds, going forward, moving everything so the way you can actually be able to get a little bit more stronger. All right, so those are the north, east, south, and west ones for that. How are we doing, Trevor?
Doing good, everybody. Thank you for being here tonight. We are live on YouTube. I am moderating for Chris tonight. And welcome to YouTube. Welcome to our channel. Thank you for being here. If you haven't subscribed yet, please be sure to hit subscribe so you can follow us and get your readings every single week from Chris here on Divine Angel Readings. Right now we have a few coming into chat here tonight, so if you have any questions for Chris, feel free to ask your questions in chat and I'll pass them along.
Now, also, let's just let you know, actually, the week of the 8th to the 17th, I will not be doing any readings at all. And also, though, I just created a brand new page, actually, on YouTube. Trevor, it feels like I'm a bit soft. All right, there we go. All right, so yeah, I actually created a brand new page, actually, on not YouTube, sorry, on Instagram. It's Friday night, so let's talk. And that's actually over Divine Angel Readings. And that would be actually Divine Angel is together with a slash underneath, one of those little slashes with readings. You're going to be able to take part actually within live readings. We're going to be looking at the angels and looking actually at the everyday walk. So if you guys have questions like what Trevor, the moderator, had said, feel free to type them in. We'd love to actually hear from you. Again, those I'm doing the Native Spirit cards, the Native American cards, and also the Ancient Ancestors. Feel free, please type it in. No, there's no judgment actually here at all.
All right, we do have one question here from one of our viewers tonight. Thank you very much. And it is from, I believe, Gortha, so pardon me if I pronounced that wrong. But they're asking, what career path should I pursue? I'm doing my bachelor's in the finance, but I'm constantly having failures, so they're wondering what direction for their path.
Okay, so financing is always a good location. You can get basically any job from that, but let's just see what the cards actually say. I'm going to do the Angels and Ancestors for you. And we're going to see from there exactly what the Angels and Ancestors are saying to you. What I would say, though, is I don't know if you're in college or university, but what I would say, though, is from my experience, though, dwell actually on an area, though, that's like basically nature to you. All right, so let's see what these cards actually have to say. I'm going to spread them out. Sorry, there's one card that's a little bit picky, so it doesn't want to come out. All right, so I'm just going to do the 3-card spread, which is the strength, the heart, and the challenge. All right, so within the strength of the situation, exchange energy and create abundance. All right, and it's called trader. All right, so you need to always be trading. All right, it doesn't matter for what type of job, but basically those with your job in a question. All right, what I would say basically, though, is within the strength, though, is actually go with actually your areas so that you actually have a lot more capability at. Even if you have to go back to school, it's always good to go back to school. Now, within the heart situation, this is the highest priest. Attend and create. All right, so attend and create, though, is always really good. Though the reason why is because what you need to do, those in your situation, though, is always attend to the positive, not to the negative. All right, and create a folder for yourself, so the way you know exactly what's a little bit more stronger. Now, then the last one, though, that we have, though, which is actually within the change, though, this one here is Traveler. Move in a new direction. So sort of like these other cards, again, though, is basically saying about the Trader, the Highest Priest. Again, though, this one here is Traveler. All right? And with the Traveler, though, It's basically moving in a new direction. So basically, those whatever direction though that you are in right now, you need to be able to move that actually into the positive way. Again, those if you are actually within school, see about changing, or within your career life, basically those try to go back to school and deal with actually the area though that you are actually more um, following a little bit easier, and that's a lot easier for yourself. Hope those are good for you.
Okay, there you go, Gertha. Thank you very much for your question. I hope that helps you decide, make some decisions there for yourself. And we do have another question here. Pretty Tulips is in the chat with us, so welcome, a new person. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel here. We are live here every single Saturday night doing free angel readings with Chris here. But anyways, we have Pretty Tulips, and she's wondering, I'll do a check here. What's coming towards me in the near future, she's asking.
Okay, so what's coming towards you actually in the future? That's a good question. Um, so a card just fell out. All right, and that's actually a very important one. So the cards I'm using right now are the native spirit cards. Again, though, a card fell out for you, which we're going to take a look at. Two cards fell out. So those are very important for you. All right. So it's going to be actually the strength, the heart, and the challenge, plus also your two cards. So the first card though that we're looking at though within the strength, though, this is actually Mother Earth. All right. Mother Earth is actually trying to communicate with you. That's actually with the earth that we actually walk on. That could be within the nature or whatever. All right. You have to be able to do a little bit more meditation and be able to go from there and actually turn to the angels and also your ancestors and say to them, okay, give me some words so that I need so the way I can actually be able to move forward altogether with my spiritual life. Give me some guidance for that road. The next one though is coming to you with actually within the heart situation. This is actually Spirit Keeper of the North. All right. So with Spirit Keeper of the North, though, it's actually really good, though. The reason why is because you always have to be able to look north. And that's basically sort of like walking down the road. You're always looking ahead. The north is actually ahead of us, so we always have to be able to walk down that road and actually look more positive within the information that's coming forward to you. All right. Now, the next one, though, is actually within change. And this one here is a medicine bag. All right. So with the medicine bag, that's really good. That's actually right where my ancestors used to be able to put actually their herbs, their medicine, actually all together to be able to help them out with their problems so that they have. So within the medicine bag, though, the medicine bag though is actually traveling with you, so the way you can actually be able to get more guidance all together. Now, the first two that did pop out for you. The first one, storyteller. All right. Storytellers are really good. The reason why is because always we love to tell stories, not exaggerate, but always give the guidance actually though that we need to actually get from others whenever we're drawing the stories actually out to them. All right. They're always going to give you actually guidance. Now, the next one though is actually Sweat Lodge. All right. The Sweat Lodge is really, really good. The reason why is because what you need to do though is actually go into that area, all right, and be able to not sweat it out, but what it is actually you can go in there and do more of a meditation. So the way the meditation of what's troubling you actually can help you out within the road. All right. So altogether though is what it seems like though, since you're just trying to figure out within the future. All right, is so that everything is looking good. But what I would say though is get in contact more with actually your angels and also with your ancestors. Hope those are good for you.
There you go, Pretty Tulip. Thank you so much for being here and joining us here on Divine Angels. And we have Chris tonight, so he is doing free angel readings for anybody here that's new. And if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and leave us a like as well. We appreciate that because it helps us out a lot. We're here every single Saturday night giving you free angel readings here on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. So I am Trevor, your moderator, and feel free to ask any questions that you have in chat, and we'll pass them along to Chris tonight.
All right, just before we go a little bit forward, though, just let you guys know the Ghost of the Queens event is actually on sale right now. That's for Halloween weekend. We're going to be located actually in Stratford, Ontario, at the Queen's Inn. Now the tickets are actually $140. That they're the Friday night you get a dinner, speeches by the Queen of Booga Booga, us here actually at HauntingLIVE podcast, and also our special guest, which is Marianne Kennedy. Sorry about that. Then for the people that are staying actually overnight at the Queen's, pajama party, readings from the Queen herself and myself. All right, we're going to do some readings throughout the night for you guys. The next morning we wake up, you guys get a small continental breakfast, and then workshops all day. Now Marianne's going to be starting actually the workshops, though. She's going to be talking about mediumship. I think that's going to be Mediumship 101. Then Alice and I come on, and we're going to be talking about the angels. We're going to be talking about Angels 101. And then the Queen of Booga Booga is going to be coming on. She's going to be teaching you guys exactly how to do readings with normal playing deck of cards. We let you guys go for a break. Then we come back. We do a ghost hunt of the Queens. Some of the most haunted rooms there. And then we meet up back actually at the end of the night. We close the night with a full seance. The Queen's monitor will be actually on the outside, actually just monitoring actually the seance, just in case some people get overwhelmed. But then also last year we did it. We had great things. The energy did show up. So hopefully this year, Sally, which is the Queen of Booga Booga, can get in contact with some of the energy there. Tickets are actually $140 altogether. It does not include accommodation. You can get your tickets underneath HauntingLivePodcast.com. There will be a link down below. All right. And yeah, if anybody has any questions, feel free to type them in. Even if you have questions for next week. Again, though, you can send your questions to me actually at angelreadingschris@gmail.com. Any other questions, Trevor?
No, there's no further questions in chat at the moment, so let's move to a random reading for something.
All right, so what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to do with the politics that's actually going on here in Ontario. We kind of talked about it last week. For myself, though, I'm not going to indicate which party I am. All right? It's never good to talk about parties that you're part of. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to see exactly what's going to be happening within the weeks to come. There's a lot of actually stuff going on right now. A lot of lies, a lot of promises. But let's just see what's going to go on. For those actually in the States right now, just to let you know, we do actually have a big election coming up here in Canada. So I'm just shuffling actually the angels and ancestors. I'm going to do force the north, east, southwest, and see exactly what's going on. All right. Best way I keep him always reminding myself, actually, if north, east, southwest is the old rhyme, never eat shred of wheat. So, all right. So basically, those within the north, though. This one here is really good, though. It is actually the peacekeeper. Let go of the need to be right. So basically, though, is since there is actually politics going on right now, they need to let go exactly of who's right. All right. People are still thinking about the COVID that's actually here in Canada. But what we need to do, though, is actually forget about that. Just basically work together and try to get this country united. All right. So that's basically, though, as peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. Now, the east one, though, that we're looking actually at is a she-wolf. Unleash the wild within inside. So with the wild inside, though, again, though, that there's so much lies going on, what we need to do, though, is actually focus on who's been stronger. All right, there's one party that says within 10 years that they can get Canada back. I don't think so. It's got to take a lot faster than actually 10 years. So now then in the South, though, shapeshifter, transform and unveil their gifts, which is basically your gifts, but their gifts. So they need to transform and actually reveal their gifts, exactly what they really want, especially for us. All right. Right where Canada's going, right where Canada has been, all right, and how we're going to sanction together. All right. Together, though, sort of with the Indigenous community, there's been actually graves that have been found actually at schools. We've actually all worn the orange shirts, but we always need to be able to wear the orange shirts constantly. Not only once, but we always have to always think about the past and also stand together. Now, within the West, though, shaman. All right, we need to transform the highest focus. Sorry, transform in a higher focus. Sorry about that. So within transforming within the higher focus, all right, we need to actually basically bring this country from what it was to what we need it to be. So it's not saying anything negative. Again, though, there's so many lies out there. There's so many truths out there. We need to be able to work together and not judge anybody. So that's actually really good for that one. All right, so I'm going to double check with Trevor, just see if there's any messages that came through.
No, we have no further messages tonight, so up to you if you want to continue, or we'll shut her down for the night.
All right, well, just to let you guys know, we do actually have a post going actually on. We are going to be in Thunder Bay, Ontario. That's where we're going to be for the next little while. For everybody that's actually up in Thunder Bay, be able to come out to the meet and greet, though, that we're going to be doing actually up there. It does take place on September 11th, which is a Saturday at 11 o'clock. We do encourage you to come out. Items are actually going to be actually on sale at 50% off. And for everybody that's down here in Ontario, again, though, do check actually out our merch actually at HauntingLivePodcast.com/merch. But for everybody up in Thunder Bay, let you know you get your stuff actually at 50% actually off. And Trevor, we're about to be meeting up with the people.
Well, we will be there on the weekend of September 11th. So we're going to be meeting September 11th at 11 a.m. at, I believe it is down at Boulevard Lake area. So we'll be at the Boulevard Lake parking lot most likely. So come down there. If you have any questions for us, if you have any type of paranormal questions or experiences that you want to talk about or ask questions about, we'll be there for you.
And also, I will be offering a little bit mini readings live there. And again, those, if you're actually in the Thunder Bay area, if you'd like to be able to get a full reading from me, please, again, those send your questions or even your information actually to me actually at angelreadingschris@gmail.com. All right, so again, those next Friday, I will be live actually on Instagram. There is a link actually on my page of Divine Angel Readings. Just look for my little Cressa logo, and you'll be able to find me a lot better. And the Instagram is actually there. So
we have one person that did just pop in. Sorry to cut you off, but we do have another question coming here. Just 1 second.
Who's it from, Marcy?
Okay, we do have a question here, so thank you for being patient. We have a new person, Heart's Love. Thank you very much for joining us. And
Thanks.
They're asking, is Jackson happy? I congratulated him, and will he reply back to me soon? So a question about Jackson.
All right, so a question about Jackson. Let's just go actually to the Native American cards. What I would say, though, is to start off with, though, is if you've actually sent any messages to Jackson, that's wonderful. But again, those from my own experience, though, is just wait for the replies. All right. He could be busy doing something, but you never know. But let's just see what the cards say. Again, those I grabbed the Native American Oracle cards. All right. So I'm just going to put this actually up. All right. So the first one, though, is actually within the strengths of the situation, which you're asking about Jackson. All right. What I'm looking actually at is a feather within inside of the hand. The feather, though, is actually the one sign actually of the angels working actually on that. If you're seeing like little feathers actually floating around, those are messages actually from your angels. So this one here is actually a native. I call it a native feather. The reason why is because that to me though looks like the feathers I do. But this one here, within the current situation, no, it's just wait. Don't be rushing. You're gonna, if you've sent messages to Jackson, that's wonderful. Again, they'll just wait for a couple minutes. Like not a couple minutes, but just wait for the time period. The next one though is actually, it's like a beaver within the canoe. Beavers love to chew down stuff like large trees, make dams. What I would say though is don't be making them trapped. All right, just wait for the information. And if that dam is getting too much, break that dam open, let the water flow. Water is one of the energies, all right? And we need to always get that water flowing, never clog it up. So again, though, is within the heart situation, again, those, it feels like the beaver, all right? What I would say, though, is just more or less just try to break that open. If you've had connection with Jackson, that's wonderful. Again, they'll turn to your angels or turn to the ancestors and turn around and say, okay, thank you much for Jackson to give me a call. Never say, I want. Put yourself actually as though that you've received the information. All right, that's a good thing for the heart. The last one, though, is actually within the challenge, though. All right, it's like a dream catcher. What you can tell actually up top here is this dream catcher is not solid. So it's letting those negative energies get through. But what we need to do is actually capture those negative energies and put them away in a jar or within a box and bring actually all the positive energy forward. So it seems like altogether that, yeah, Jackson will get in contact with you, but we don't need to be pushy or needy. All right, if anybody else has any questions, feel free to type them in. We'd love to actually hear from you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Hearts Love, for joining us here this week on Divine Angel Readings with Spiritual Medium Chris. We are here each and every week on Saturdays at 8 o'clock giving free angel readings, what your angels want you to know. And just so you guys know, there's absolutely no judgment here at all on our channel. Ask any questions you feel want to ask and need to get answers from your angels. And we'll try to provide those for you through the cards. So if you're new here, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. And don't forget to like our video today and also to subscribe to our channel for future videos coming out here on Divine Angels.
All right, and if you guys like to be able to send actually an email prior to the show, send that actually in the Friday before, so the way things are actually all together, you can send those again to angelreadingschris@gmail.com. For myself to you guys, thank you very much. Always turn to your angels and say to your angels, thank you very much for your presence. And thank you very much, angels, for reminding me what I need to know. I will see you guys next Saturday. You guys have a wonderful week. And I'll see you guys next Friday live, actually on Instagram. And that's actually for Let's Talk. Being granted access to the basement. This location did have a great fire. How are you feeling?